Hello, everyone. Welcome on to Branded. This is the podcast that takes you behind the scenes and beyond the brand. We are digging right into how to get an ROI when you invest in branding. We all want to get a return on our investment. Anytime we're putting forth money, energy, time, right? We want to get that back. And so I want to dig into that concept of like how to really get an ROI on your investment when it comes to investing in your brand, marketing efforts, etc. Right? I do know that often a roadblock for business owners, right? They put things on the back burner to say, okay, well, maybe I don't have the funds for this now because they don't necessarily see that making that investment will actually create the revenue that they are seeking. Now, of course, it's not going to happen all on its own, like, waving a magic wand. Good brand strategy and getting a return on your investment when it comes to investing in any aspect of your business, it doesn't just happen in a vacuum, right? It's not going to happen without you putting forth some effort. And that's just the name of the game. That's how it is to be a business owner, to be an entrepreneur. If you don't want to do any of the work and you want to outsource 100% of your business, you're going to have to invest. And unfortunately, you're probably going to have to put in those efforts, right? Like it's just part of the equation. You, being the business owner, have to be involved in some capacity or another. So when we make an investment in our brand, we want to see that ROI, whether it be in our money, in our time, or in our energy, right? And something to consider when doing specifically investing in branding and marketing efforts, it is kind of the long game. It's not always going to give you that return immediately. Now, what you might get immediately is a return on your energy and your time because you have possibly outsourced something, you've hired on an expert to help you do certain parts of your business that maybe either take you too long, you're not really all that well versed in, or you just really hate doing. Like there's some certain things in my business that I can't wait until I get them off my plate and I can outsource that. That investment will immediately give me a return of my energy and my time. Now, down the road, it'll give me a return on my money, but that takes time and it takes consistent effort and it's like a compound effect, right? So 60 to 90 days from now, you have to decide like, what is it that I want my business to be doing 60 to 90 days from now? Now let's reverse engineer that a little bit and think about what is it you're doing today? Because all the actions that you're doing right here, right now, they will determine the results that you are seeing like physically come to fruition 60 to 90 days from now. So whether that be you're starting email marketing campaigns, you're rolling out your very first sales funnel, or maybe you're just pivoting your websites and your sales funnels because they've just been landing flat. And so you'd make an investment to have them revamped and rebranded and new copy put into them. That's going to take a little bit of time and consistency in all of your messaging, right? Pointing people to the new thing that you want them to see, having that consistency in your messaging to where it feels like a really cohesive experience that takes them from A to Z. And that needs that compound effect, essentially. So when doing investment of any kind, you have to be very, very aware of the fact that you may not get an immediate ROI, as in like you invest $1,000 today, you're going to get that $1,000 back tomorrow. You may not, right? But you will get some of your time back and you will get some of your, that sucked energy that you've just been like, this is on my to-do list till the end of time. Why can't I get this task done? Well, the moment you invest in yourself and your business and you have somebody else take on that work, that's an immediate ROI on your energy, right? So there's a couple ways that you can actually ensure that you're going to get that return on your investment. And specifically, I'm just going to talk about three big ones because you have complete control over this. These are three big ways you can get an ROI when investing in your branding and your marketing that you can start doing today. You don't need anybody else's assistance. You don't need anybody else's permission to do these things. All right. So we're going to dive right in. First one, be the leader. Be the leader of your own business. So, what do I mean by this? Good design, good marketing strategy, good brand strategy, all of those things, they will never outperform muddy messaging, inconsistent action, or products and services that just are kind of so. And I know that's a little bit of a harsh statement to make, but it is so very true. I'm not here to provide any kind of illusion of how to get your ROI back when investing in something. It takes effort. So if you were listening to these recent podcasts that we've been doing over the last month or so, like if you're catching this one and it's your very first one, go back and listen to a couple episodes because we've been talking about brand awareness, how to implement automation in all the right ways, how to really establish your authority as the go-to expert in your field, right? And so if you're sitting here hearing me say, oh, okay, muddy messaging. All right, so go back and listen to some of these episodes where we talk about the importance of messaging and how to really get it right, how to really talk to the dream client that you want to work with. Like peel back all of the filters and the layers and the bullshit and just speak your truth of what you can really do to help somebody take them from good to great, right? That's your messaging. Your messaging is direct and it's clear and it's exactly speaking to the person you want to speak to. And if you're not doing any of those things, then you're muddying up the waters and nobody can see what that clear message is. So any great design, beautiful website layout, none of those things will matter if your messaging is super unclear. Because for one, your messaging in your social media content, if it's not super clear, it's not going to drive people to the next step, which is typically where you end up investing in your branding and your marketing, right? It'll be your funnels, your websites, your email campaigns, your lead magnets, all of those things. So you've got to have that clear messaging. Good design is never going to outperform inconsistent action. So for example, if I have a client hire me to build out a website, build out a sales funnel, build out automated email campaigns, right? The stage is set for success. The stage is set for them to make sales. It's gorgeous, right? It's branded and designed for exactly what they need. But if you don't go do something with that, if you don't tell people about it, if you don't provide that link for people to actually go and see the thing and actually participate and purchase from you, then it does you no good, right? So inconsistent action, I'm telling you, that will stifle and stale any investment you ever make, no matter what it is. And so you have to be really mindful about what is the role that I'm playing as the business owner and what kind of promise can I make to myself and to my clients, potential clients, of how I'm going to show up, and then do it. Stick to it, right? Keep that promise to yourself and to your people. And then, of course, so products and services. What I mean by this is there can be shitty products that sell really well because they have good marketing or they have really consistent action behind them, right? But what I really mean by so products and services, they're things that are just like you're scrambling to get something out there and you're just like, okay, let me just say, let me sell this $7 workbook because I need to just make money, but you put no energy or effort or value into it, nobody's going to buy it, right? You have to fully have that conviction behind the things that you are selling, whether it's a product or a service. You have to know that this is the thing that is going to be the change maker that my dream clients are looking for, no matter the price point. It could be $1. It could be $10,000. If you don't have the conviction, knowing that what you are providing to them will 100% get them a result, then people aren't going to buy it. It doesn't matter if it's just $1, right? You have to be the leader. You have to take charge and really lead by example, because a good designer, a good brand designer and like brand strategist, they will like help support you. You know what I mean? Like a good brand designer and strategist is not going to be the leader of your business. You're the leader of your business. You have to show up and you have to be the one that is commanding all of the actions. Even if you don't know exactly how those things happen, that's okay. That's what people like me are here for. So you can tell me these big visions and dreams that you have for your brand, how you just really want to show the fuck up. And you don't need to know the how. That's when we have that conversation and I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. I love the direction you're going. Now let me tell you how we're going to do it. And then we iron it all out. We kind of sculpt and refine how this will actually happen. That's what I'm here for. So being the leader of your brand, showing up consistently, having really clear messaging, and having a product or service that you 100% stand behind, that's one of the best ways you're going to get an ROI on investing in your branding and your marketing, because all of that information is going to be information you're going to share with the person that you hire, and then they're going to make it come to life. And then you have a really beautiful thing that you've just invested in that now is going to make you money. Like, isn't that amazing? Kind of in the same vein, the second way that you can really ensure that you're going to get that return on your investment is by fully taking responsibility. So, what do I mean by this? Killer brand strategy involves the business owner. It has to. Now, I know there's a big thing out there with like faceless marketing and all of that. I'm not against that, but there is still a human doing the work, right? So when I say that good brand strategy needs you in order to work, whether it's in front of the scenes or behind the scenes, it needs you in order to work. You have to be the one facilitating and taking responsibility for the actions that your business will be taking. So whether that's how many days a week you're going to be posting, how many emails you're going to be sending out, how regularly, what do these sales funnels look like? How long of a journey do you want to take people through? Like having that vision as the business owner is really important. Because, me as like a brand designer and kind of getting into the strategy and the consulting side of things, yes, I have ideas, right? Of course, I have ideas about how I would do things and how just sort of organically, I'm like, I think this would be the natural best step. Now, sometimes my clients are like, yes, just do it. I don't even want to think about that right now. And that's fine. But you have to be communicating. You cannot just hand off the work and expect somebody else to do it. I mean, it just isn't the way it happens. Like if you talk to any CEO of any business, they know what's happening in their business, whether they're the one doing the work or not. So killer strategy means that you have to be involved. You have to know what's going on. And if you're not showing up for your brand, your investment's just going to go stale, like 100%. And I'll tell you, this is actually one of the most exciting aspects of the work that I do. I love being able to collaborate with my clients. From that initial consultation call we have to sometimes months and months down the road when we're still working together because it's just ongoing brand and marketing strategy that we're doing for their business. I love having that communication with them as the owner. And I always am putting the ball back in their court. So they know that they are the leader and they are the one to take responsibility for all the actions that are happening in their business, whether they're doing them or not, right? Maybe they hire me to take some of those actions, but maybe they want to learn how to do it themselves, right? But I love having that aspect of communication and collaboration between the two of us to bounce ideas off of each other and ultimately help them feel this confidence and this empowerment and this just expansion of their business and that they're a part of it. It's not going to happen without them, and it shouldn't, right? And then lastly, you need to get very, very clear on what it is you want. Now, big vision, awesome. Let's know what you want for that. But also, we need to get really clear on those micro visions, the things that you want to have, come to fruition 10 days from now, 30 days from now, 60 days from now, right? We can talk about the big overarching vision for 6, 12 months down the road, but we also need to be very clear about what is it right here, right now that I want to focus on. Because we all need to focus on awareness. We all could have better automation. We all could be positioning our authority better. But what is it right here, right now that really needs attention? Because if you're shifting your attention into all of these different areas, then 100% of you now is broken up into all of these different segments, and you're only giving a portion of yourself to that focus. And it's not going to amplify and become the thing that you really truly want it and need it to become, right? So getting really clear about what it is that you want right here, right now. And it's okay, whatever that answer is, right? It's going to vary based on wherever whatever phase your business is in right now. So a couple examples is are you wanting a new logo or maybe like a new website design? You're going to be a little more towards the awareness category. Let's focus on the awareness. Let's get some aesthetics in place. Let's take a look at the social channels and see how is your awareness out on these platforms? Are you showing up consistently? You know what I mean? So is that a focus that you need right now? Or maybe you're finally ready to get into your email marketing and finally ready to start sending all of these subscribers that have been sitting on your list dormant regular emails. And so you want to get into email marketing. All right, so we're going to start talking about really clear messaging. We're going to start talking about proper automations to get things scheduled out ahead of time, because nobody wants to be sitting at 10 o'clock at night trying to type up an email because you have set this expectation that you send one out 6 a.m. on Mondays or something. Nobody wants that, right? So knowing where your focus lies, it will allow you to create that really intentional action that makes consistency a no-brainer. I promise you, the moment you get more intentional about the actions that you're taking on a daily basis and giving yourself permission to not do everything. You don't have to do everything all in one day. It's okay. And a practice that I do personally is at the end of every day, I'll usually look at my Google Calendar. I'll take a look at, okay, what did I get off of my to-do list? Because I live off of that calendar. If it is not written down, it's not getting done. But what did I get done? Do I still have energy left in the day to finish a task that maybe I didn't get to? If not, where can I move that task to into another day of the week? And then I tell myself, good job. I celebrate every single day. Even if I just get one task done, I'm like, good fucking job. You did it. You successfully did that task. It is now checked off, and you never have to do that task again, right? You can move on. You can clear that space in your brain, because the more that just stays cluttered up there, the less space I have for creativity and joy and fun and playfulness. I don't want to be bogged down with to-do list. No, nobody does, right? So get super clear on what it is you want right here, right now, and get laser focused on what's the thing that you need to be doing, right? So gave you the example of some design options, some email options, but also it could be you're desperately needing a VA, or you have a couple tasks on your list that you're just ugh, I really hate doing these tasks, and I need to find somebody that can do these, XYZ for me. Now, depending on what the tasks are, it might be a VA, it might be someone a little more specialized, it could be a one-off project. It doesn't really matter, right? But identifying what do you need right here, right now in your business. So I do actually have a tool that helps you identify this, the brand quiz that's right on my website, it's like first thing you'll see when you're on there. It just is called the brand quiz. It's only 5 questions. And this helps you identify what phase your business is in right now, whether it is awareness that you're wanting to focus on, whether automation is the phase that you really need to be focusing on, whether it's your authority that is kind of lacking and you're needing to really hone in, or whether it's kind of that CEO big vision is where you're at right now and you're needing some support with that. Now, I'm not saying you have to hire me when you take this quiz. It's a free resource. It's something for you to just tap into and think about. It's almost like when you read your horoscope or something, it's not 100% true, right? But it always like gets the wheels turning and you're like, interesting. Okay. Maybe I didn't think about it this way before. Maybe it helps springboard me on like a new track of ideas that I hadn't really thought about. And that's the whole purpose of that. So you take the quiz, you end up getting your result. And on that result page, I have a whole bunch of information ironed out of what I would do if that's where I was at in my business and where I wanted my focus to lie. And so it's just a really good way to kind of like bring you back to center and say, you know what, if this is where my focus is at right now, maybe I'm going to take the next 7 days and I'm going to really intentionally focus on this thing. That's how you get ROI on your time, your energy, and your money. Being incredibly intentional about the actions that you're taking, showing the fuck up for yourself and for your business, especially if you're making promises to potential clients or already existing clients, right? The more you show up and you provide that level of stability and consistency, the more your clients and your potential clients are going to show up with the same level of consistency. Energy matches energy. So if you're flaky, your customers are going to be fucking flaky. And that's going to be annoying. Honestly, I would be annoyed by that. And when I first started out in the business world, like growing a business online, I was flaky. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't really sure what was right for me, how frequently I should show up. So it's okay, right? This is not judgment. This is wisdom, like after having done it. And I am still doing it. I'm still doing these things every single day and coming in and making these podcasts for you guys and sharing real experience in real time. So take the brand quiz. It's right socialjanemedia.com, right there on the homepage. It's super simple. You can find it in any of my links, but it's a great way to point you in the direction of where's that focus at right now. And it's going to help you with this exact topic, how to get your ROI back when you invest in branding. So I'm glad to have you guys here. I'm always so grateful. Please leave a review. If you liked this episode on any of the platforms that you listen, it just helps me create the content that you actually want to hear and is going to help you launch your business into new heights. So I hope you enjoyed it and chat with you guys next time. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Branded, the podcast. Please rate and review. And for more information, visit socialjanemedia.com. I'll see you soon.